Graduation Day. So by request, I'm going to go ahead and show some of the scenes that are different if you decide to sink the Legion. By doing so, Ava had to sacrifice her arm and her eye, and you'll see what I mean when we get through here. So I set the difficulty all the way down to the bottom, just so I don't have to bother with the fight. In case you're wondering, if you do that, you will not have the Sunrider for the fight because it got sunk. So you have to use an Alliance capital ship, and it's just not that good. So, skipping over all the stuff we've seen before, you do not own Pact. Obscene repair costs of that. It's over, Cosette. And you know what? I want to drop a quick save here. In the event I need to load this again in the future. Why don't you surrender so we don't have to kill you? Like I said, no surrender. The Havoc is far from finished. In case you're wondering why it's choppy, I am just clicking the mouse to speed through this foolish villain. What? You cannot soothe your conscience with excuses. What a Ryuvian princess know of poverty? What would she know of desperation? Irrelevant. Justice shall be done to all. No mitigation, no justifications, no claims to the greater good. No meet your judge, you will do it. I, Shar of Ryuvia, shall cast you into the eternal fire. Just what can you? So, since I changed my choices, I have to use the Wish All to kill Cosette. Foolish creature. Your hands are soaked with blood. Your mind is as malignant as twisted as your deformed body. Your time alive will be paradise to the eternal torment your soul will endure in death. Cosette, yield. You. Surrender to us and I'll listen to what you have to say. You're not the only one fighting for the neutral rim. Demon. Asaka, stop. Yeah? She's helpless now. What am I doing? What the hell happened to the Havoc? It's completely wrecked. That was all you're doing, you dumbass. The area is secure. What are your orders, Captain? Secure both the Havoc and the Arcadius unit. Clear the hangar for 2 prisoners. Copy that. So I'm going to skip ahead so you don't have to deal with all this again. Oh, and speaking of little... In the other cell, Cosette pressed her face against the plexiglass and snorted, fogging it up. Our pirate friend seems to have acclimated well to the brig. Shields pressed the intercom. You bastard, what did you call me? He cut her off. Shields shook his head and frowned. Make sure she doesn't hurt herself. Claude chopped her hand on her forehead. And here's the scene that was requested. So you can see Ava's arm is in the process of regenerating. It's not completely finished yet. She'll be wearing a glove for the rest of the scenes and an eye patch until she gets her bionic eye, I guess. Shield sat beside Ava's bed in the sickbay. Ava regained consciousness. What happened? We found you in the auxiliary control room all smashed up. The medics barely managed to get you into the nanotank in time to save you. Not that, the Legion. You did it, Ava. It's been sunk. You're the hero of the combined fleet now. You saved everyone. Ava finally relaxed and sank back into her bed. You'll be in sickbay for a while, but Claude somehow managed to patch most of your good looks back together. I mean, idiot. So how bad do I look? We managed to regrow your arm. The coloration should naturally blend with use. As for the eye, I managed to get my hands on a bionic one, courtesy of the Admiral. Should work even better than your old one, I hear. May the ghost of that ship burn forever in the deepest pits of that star. I can only pray the galaxy will never witness another weapon so terrifying. We nearly lost you. I don't ever want anything like that to happen again. And so we laid down our sorrows of that day. Let's return to Sarah. I want to bury everyone. Up in that mountain we used to play on when we were young. Yeah, we'll do it together. Ava closed her eyes. I'm still tired. You'll have to handle the paperwork by yourself. Good luck with that. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Shield stroked her head as she went to sleep. Good night. And I'm gonna speed through this until we get to the next scene with Ava so you can see her with her eye patch and glove. Okay, I took a small break while I got something to drink. Here we're with our next scene. Captain, I feared this would happen. Thanks to my sick leave, you are now hopelessly behind on paperwork. This requisition approval form is already 3 days overdue. Don't worry, I told Akari to accept the new equipment on the elevator the other day. On the and what day? Captain, the prototypes remain at large and Pact is still formidable. We must be vigilant against the risk of subterfuge. That is why all paperwork must be done both digitally and on paper and be filed promptly. Shield scratched his hair in irritation. Deep down he felt relieved at Ava's recovery, but found his happiness difficult to express. Alright, alright. Anyways, I'm happy to have you back. I was scared we lost you there. Well, Captain, I have no intention of allowing you to run this ship by yourself. Good. Seeing that ship gone will do us all a lot of good. Indeed, the galaxy has become a much safer place now without either the Legion or the Paradox Corps. I don't mean that. I mean for us. I still haven't forgotten about Murray, but now I think I can go on living, and I have you to thank for that. Shields took Ava's hand. Captain, how is it? A little numb. But that's the least of my problems now. Ava took her hand away. Because now I have the stack of paperwork to deal with. There is another matter as well. What is it? Regarding the prototype and our chief engineer. And here's Chigara. This part is essentially unchanged. T-set is back in order. Ava just wants to go. There is one more scene that's a little bit different. It's basically the interrogation scene between Ava and, Cosette. That's her name. I was about to say the midget pirate, but that might offend some people. So right here is the little conference with Fontana and Gray. Ava entered the interrogation room. Prototype. There's been no sign of any Pact activity in the sector for weeks now. Looks like your friends have abandoned you. Not so sisterly now. Quiet in your cell, isn't it? Without all those voices whispering in your head. Finally, a word from her. You're confident. You think we're defeated. Ava spread out a folder of photographs in front of Lynn. Prototype 31 terminated, 59 terminated, 21 terminated, and so on and so forth. You have nowhere to run. The Alliance will hunt you down. Humanity will hunt you down. Our numbers are infinite. We are the next phase of humanity's existence. A pity you will only unlock less than 1% of your brain's potential in your entire lifetime. The world we see is different. I see the fear in your eyes, the coming betrayal. Eyes, huh? Yeah, you know she's lying since Ava only has one of those now. You have already taken what is most precious to you. Just wait. But the main difference here, of course, is just her hand. This heart belongs to us, that's what I wanted to hear. And essentially from here on, it's the same. I think some of the later scenes will... Like, I don't even think you see Ava go back to normal without the eye patch or glove in this beta, but that might change when the next one comes out. That is right around the corner, and I'm not totally sure if I'm going to upload the next mission or not. Once that's actually properly implemented, that's going to be at the discretion of the devs. I'll probably ask them how they feel. Crud, I went too far back. Here we go. Since Cosette is alive, something else has changed. This scene it's about restoring the Havoc, in case you don't remember, and how it plays out just depends on whether or not Cosette is still alive. Shields enter the hangar to see Ava lecturing a group of pilots and flight crew. Oh boy, I wonder what's going on now. Is something the matter? Captain, unbelievable. Look! Ava pointed to Rider Base 7 where the Havoc was now residing. Considerable restoration work had already been put into getting it back into service with the leg skeletal structure already rebuilt. I walk in here to inspect the Sunrider's repair work, and instead I find this criminal instrumentality being restored back to its original state. And what's more, I find your signature on the paperwork authorizing all this. Ava pulled up a form bearing Shield's signature on her hollow and nearly shoved it up his nose. Huh, I must have approved this by accident. I guess I should actually read the things I sign more often. Well, it's a perfectly good rider, right? Who knows, maybe Cosette will have a change of heart and fight with us. It's worked out pretty well for Akari, right? Okay, never mind, forget I said anything. Captain, the Havoc is inextricably associated with one of the most heinous criminals of our time. It's directly responsible for hundreds, if not thousands, of deaths, including innocent civilians and our own very crew. The mere thought of it sharing our hangar with the rest of our rider squad is too abhorrent to even fathom. She's definitely got a point there. Not to mention that oversized chainsaw is going to cause a month's worth of HR paperwork. Just as Shield's about to let Ava have her way, Kriska emerged from the crowd. Captain, Commander, my apologies, but if I may... Lieutenant, wait, you're the one responsible for all this? Sir, that I am. The restoration of the Havoc was my idea. Well, you're the last person I expected to get lectured by Ava. What do you have to say, Lieutenant? Sir, my personal opinion is that the Sunrider is still short on heavy bomber-type riders. While I can perform the squad's anti-capital ship duties single-handedly, sound military doctrine calls for at least one failsafe. And with all due respect for the Bianca's pilot, a support-type rider's kinetic cannon is nothing compared to a heavy bomber like the Havoc. I believe it can be repurposed, this time for the cause of good. Akari chimed in behind her. The Havoc's a morbidly obese, hideous lady, but the soldier boy's got a point. When it comes to swallowing up bullets and nuking capital ships, the Havoc's pretty much got no equal. There's still room left in the hangar for one more rider. Besides, it's that pirate run responsible for everything. The Havoc's just a tool we can take advantage of now for ourselves. Shields crossed his arm in contemplation. And I think in the previous video I went with this one, so this time I'm going to change it up on you. I understand, Captain. I will bear full responsibility for this mishap. The others are merely acting upon my orders. No need, Lieutenant. You were just passionate about preserving a heavy rider. Besides, I think this is all my fault anyways. I better beat it before they figure it out. Ava leaned in close to Shields, nearly grabbed him by the cuff of his coat. Perhaps our captain will see to performing his due diligence before signing off on paperwork from now on. Too late. Well, you know, things have been kind of hectic, and... Captain... Alright, everyone. I expect to see Base 7 cleaned up the next time I'm down here. Get to work. Can't believe that our lives are in this guy's hands. So, I don't know if there's an alternate rider that you can get if you choose not to keep the Havoc, or what. Like, that sounds like a decision you probably have to spend points on if you're allowed to keep your points anymore. It's just there's so much about the game that's in flux. Most importantly of all, the whole flak thing. So this part is not the same. This is still Ava suspecting a traitor in the group and accusing Shigara. Right here you can see why I kept this video going a bit longer. Now, I don't know if this is normal or if it's just they only have one type of art in the game so far, but you can see no more eye patch, no more glove, even though it's kind of hard to see since her arm is under the other one. And we still have Asaga going through her whole meltdown. And when we get back to this one, she still has it, which is why I'm confused. Is this the wrong art, or is the previous one the wrong art? I don't actually know. So, once again, still Ava having the eye patch. It's just something we have to wait and see. The thing is, if you're really curious about the updates, the next version is coming out relatively soon. Like I said, I'm going to have to speak with the devs before I make any calls on whether or not to continue this, but if If you want to get the game yourself, the next opportunity is coming up within, let's see, it's the 27th when this is going uploaded. So you only have a couple days to jump over to the Patreon and pledge $5 or more to get the next version. Otherwise, feel free to just wait. It's still fairly early in the whole development process, I think. And here's Ava. So that's the alternate scenes, and if you're interested, hit up the Patreon. If not, just stick around. Once this finally does get released, I will go ahead and probably cover it. I still have to figure out if I want to do the whole thing, or if I just want to go to part 3. I'm just a little bit curious how some of the earlier missions will play out with some of the changes that they made now. It could play fundamentally differently, and I may just let my curiosity get the better of me. Anyway, that's it for now. Until next time, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.